Hello again, it's day 13 and I've decided that seeing as my foot is good, I'm going to give it an extra day of rest. So, seeing as I'm not going to be doing any walking today, I thought I'd let you see what sort of stuff I'm eating throughout the day and how I'm cooking it and that, so we'll have a look at that. So, first thing I gotta do is go and get some water because I'm all out after cooking dinner last night. Right, I'm just off to get some water so I can make breakfast. I'm just back up. I didn't video because it was extremely steep to get down there. But I got some. So, we're all good. So, to start off the day, I usually have granola. I accidentally got chocolate granola, which was not a bad mistake. So, I'll usually have that with some powdered milk first thing in the morning. Then, for snacking on throughout the day, I sort of have like the chocolate bars, bag of sweets and that sort of thing in my hip belt on my rucksack to keep the sugar levels up and give me something to sort of brighten up the day. And then I usually have a second breakfast throughout the day of like a breakfast bar or that around 11 o'clock. Then 1 o'clock or so I go to my bag and get out either some instant noodles, really good for you, or I'll eat a pouch of microwavable rice that's also edible cold. So that gets me through the middle of the day. Then more snacks and rubbish and sweets out of my hip belt for the afternoon. Then in the evening time, at the minute I have two options with me. I have these Knorr pasta dishes, into which I usually throw some chopped up chorizo, just for a bit of taste. And then the other option I have with me at the minute, because I'm feeling very exotic, I have got some instant mash, which is really handy. You just boil the water, fire that into it, and similarly I'll just throw chorizo into that just the same for that bit of protein and all that lovely oil and fat. And then actually this is the first time I've tried it, but I got some Paxo sage and onion stuffing and I just chucked that into my instant mash and chorizo. So that was yesterday's dinner. And then I have some coffee with me, which I'll sometimes have in the evening. I actually haven't drank very much of it at all yet, to be honest. Just 'cause I haven't been feeling it. But other than that, that's about what I'd eat throughout the day. If I'm still hungry after that, I might have a second dinner of more noodles or some more rice or that. But generally, whenever I pass through a town, I get a roll or something. If there's no takeaway open, I'll get a roll or something just to tide me over until I get to actual dinner time. So that's everything I have to eat. Then also in my food bag I have my bin, so that has all the wrappers and that from the last 4 or 5 days. I think I must empty it out. Following the leave no trace principles is basically how we get people to continue to give us permission to walk on their land and that sort of thing. I'm not cooking a whole pile along the way. Generally I only cook my dinner, and that's part of why I'm going with granola instead of porridge, is so that I don't have to rely so much on being able to get gas when I get to a town. So this is my whole cook kit here. It's actually different to the one I intended on bringing originally. I think it's a 700 milliliter pot, and in that I have my lighter, collapsible cup, and a little washcloth that I keep inside that to keep it all clean, as well as that, I also have my little gas cylinder. I think this is the smallest size you can get. It's 125 gram. But like that, because I'm not cooking all that much throughout the days, I've had this one since I started. I'm on day 13 now, and I'd say it's still surely half full. So I've tried to be as economical as possible with it, just so as I don't have to be going without for a couple of days if I get into a town or that. Now I know it's not recommended, but I do have a little nozzle that you can use to refill these canisters off of the regular push-in canisters, because the push-in ones are a lot easier to get, because they fit the likes of blowtorches and that, so you'd be able to get one in most hardware shops, whereas the camping gas is a pretty specialised thing. But carrying that allows me to be able to refill this until I can get a replacement for it. This is my stove all put together. It's pretty damn small, as you can see, and like that you just set it on the ground, fill your pot up with water and stick it on top and allow it to boil away. I really like this pot because there's no plastic handles or anything on it, so you can quite easily hang it over an open fire or a campfire, just the same. So at least if you run out of gas, you still have some sort of alternative. If you're absolutely starving, you can light a small fire, because it really doesn't take much to boil water, and fire this on top of it. Oh, and I have then, for eating with, I have a titanium spork, which is pretty cool. It's super light, extremely strong, and I dislike spoons, so it's a nice middle ground between the fork and the spoon. And then I have just this elastic to keep it all together inside my food bag, so that it doesn't all scatter across the place. And that's it. So the water I got this morning tastes a bit like mud. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just, I'd say, the ground it's running across. Like that filters out everything that could possibly do me harm. But just in case, I'm going to stick some chlorine tablets, water purification tablets, into my bottles just in case. So that's about it for today. I'll see you tomorrow when I'm back on the trail and back walking. Until then, slán.